just got up, and this is what the vista looks like.
And you might wonder, where are we? Well, we're in Sarasota. I decided to take my beautiful wife and dog on an airplane all the way to see my wonderful friend Nancy.
I'm very, very, very fond of the great blue herons. Very fond. And she got a new cell phone right here. It's hanging on the wall.
Oh, what?
That's her new cell phone. See, right there. That's the newest iPhone. What you do is you get a trailer for your car, and you carry it in the trailer so you have a mobile phone.
A mobile phone?
Yes. And here's the king of the house right here. He's the king. Hello, buddy. Hi, buddy. Yeah, cock your head like that. Wow.
Yeah.
So cute.
He really knows what to do.
The home that we're in, that I've been showing you, is the brainchild of this brilliant woman, a former winner of National Teacher of the Year, a high school principal who donated all of her time, took no pay. What an amazing, amazing woman. And of course, a true Democrat.
Absolutely.
Now,
On that.
Jesus,
Yeah, amen on that.
That's right.
Not much on that other, but on that.
Jesus-loving Democrat. You know what I mean? What is that?
So now you've met my friend Nancy. She is a wonderful person. She's probably one of the smartest women I have ever known. She really is a beautiful, beautiful soul. She was the principal of a high school, and if you can do that, you can not only you're smart, you're very tolerant and kind, and that's what she is: tolerant, kind, sweet, genuinely sweet. Trish is talking to Smokey right now. So anyway, what I wanted you to know is that she has a problem that she cannot solve, and like most smart people, she knows to look around when you have a problem you cannot solve. It's about Alzheimer's. She has a friend who has some form of dementia. She's not sure, but she's having difficulty trying to help her, and this person desperately needs help, but doesn't recognize that she needs help. So I'll let Nancy explain it to you. Nancy, I understand you got a friend who's going through dementia. Can you tell me a little about her?
She's just a dear friend. She's 80. She's going to soon be 89 years old. Lives by herself. Has no family involved, and so the only people involved in her life are me and two other friends of hers.
And you're not relatives.
We're not relatives. No.
So doesn't that make things difficult? I mean, how do you help her with meds and all that? Are you able to help her with?
Well, to give you a little bit of background, about a year and a half ago, she quit taking her medication. She had blood pressure medicine, and she had oral medication for diabetes, and started some personal hygiene things, not taking care of herself. She was somebody that was always well put together, nails done, hair done, and she wasn't keeping up with hygiene. And once we found out that she wasn't taking her meds, I don't know, I can't remember exactly how we discovered that, but made a doctor's appointment, took her to the doctor's appointment, and got her started back on meds. She'd done some damage to her kidneys from just stopping meds.
She's diabetic.
Yep, she's diabetic, and it's just a really difficult situation because she's very stubborn, very independent, doesn't want any help, and very quick to give you an excuse as to why she doesn't need help, and the excuses are not the truth. So I've had this personal battle. Is she intentionally lying, or is this the dementia piece? Because she's very quick to come up with some excuse on why something doesn't happen, you know.
Tell me about her driving.
Well, about the same time she quit taking her meds, she drove her car through she ran into her garage door, dented her garage door. And her response was, I was turning in, my groceries fell off the seat, I tried to grab them, I hit the garage door. I'm like, okay. So one of our friends, the other friend, comes over, kind of straightens it out. And, you know, she's going to have a new one, but straightened it out. So I'm over maybe 2 weeks later, it's bent in again. And I said to her, "Oh, you hit your garage door again." She said, "Oh, no, my nephew that mows the yard, he wanted me to move the car so he could mow." You know, very quick. And I'm like, her car sits in the middle of the driveway. There's no reason for her to ever move it for him to mow. But that kind of just quick response, you know. She hadn't taken care of her pedicures and her feet. Her excuse for not getting a pedicure was she didn't like people touching her feet. But she's year and a half, she needed a pedicure.
Oh, geez.
It was not good. So we're just kind of in a quandary because this other friend and I tried to line up somebody that would go help her, and maybe a couple days a week. And she would pay them, and they would help her with groceries and maybe cook something for her, and just, you know, help with laundry and do those kinds of things. Had a fit. She practically threw him and I out of the house, said, "Nope, nope, nope, nobody's telling me what to do. I don't care." I said, "Well, don't do it for you. Do it for us. We worry about you." And we would feel better if somebody was helping you with this stuff. She didn't care. She didn't care if we were her friends anymore. She was not going to do that. So she has a big issue with thinking she doesn't have any money. And she's not rich, but she can certainly take care of herself. Her home's paid for, her car's paid for. She has a good monthly income that keeps filling up her checking account and has to be kept dumping into somewhere else. And she forgot to pay her taxes last year. This other friend, Dave, has kind of gotten on to her. He's maneuvered his way to see what's happening with her accounts so that he can...
You're trying to fill in the gaps, and she doesn't want you doing that. So, in a few words, just tell me, the people watching this are really interested in people with Alzheimer's, and many of them have your experiences. What would you like to see them do?
I would like any suggestions anybody has that we can help her, because I talked to her doctor, and the doctor said, well, you can contact the driver's license bureau and they'll send somebody out. You can do that anonymously, and they'll send somebody out, and then they'll make her take a driver's license test. She doesn't need to be driving. But, you know, my take on that is they'll take her license away. She'll drive anyway. Unless somebody takes her car away, she is not going to stop. And there's just... I don't know if anybody's got any ideas on how we can help her. We are on her medical thing. We convinced her that, you know, Della, if something happens to you, we need to be able to come see you in the hospital at least and figure out what's going on. Not being family, we don't have any control on what she does unless we try to go the legal route and get her declared incompetent. She's with it just enough to, you know, anyway, it's a tough place to be.
So if you have any ideas that would help Nancy, or maybe just share some information about your own situation, it would be great if you would include it in the comments, because she'll be watching and so will I. Thank you and goodbye.